Hey everybody, we'll get to the content of the video in just a second, but as part of this video, I'm giving away a Steam key to Islanders New Shores. Now if you'd like to win a copy of the game, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment below something that you'd like to build in Sandbox mode. And feel free to get creative, anything from like a village being swept away by a volcano to a spaceship. Whatever idea you'd like, just comment below, and 2 days after this video is posted, I will randomly select a winner to send the key to. Hello everyone, this is Connor. Back with more Islanders New Shores content. Today I'm exploring Sandbox mode, and I just recorded like 15 minutes of footage without any functioning audio. So let me just walk you through what we've built so far. So at first I had to learn the controls of the Sandbox mode. It's my first time ever using it. But clearly we're building kind of a sheltered bay here. And I've started to explore with some of the decoration options. So just doing little things like building these bridges, sinking these hops fields to look like maybe little fishing nets. I've got some boats along here, little cheeky one tucked away in there, and I placed these 3 columns and then a bunch of these rocks kind of closing off this bay here. Everything is still in progress, and actually looking at it, I don't think I want that lighthouse. I think this one can stay, but this one was a little wild, and this one's actually so many of my buildings are shrunk, so that one was too large, too high fidelity. But since I've already learned some of the controls now, perhaps we can just proceed with more haste. So part of my storytelling is that there's like a little hermit out here or something, so I wonder what house would be a good way to capture that. I mean, that does seem like a weird little hermit's house. Maybe I can also get some of this going on, make it look like a little community even. Let's light up the lighthouse. Cool. And I built these 3 columns here and then made one of them kind of fallen back. So there's some kind of storytelling here about the civilization crumbling, which I might try and sell a little harder in a minute here. So yeah, let's do just 2 docks. 2 harbors, pardon. And then maybe, excuse me, and then maybe more docks actually. Maybe docks are going to be a more numerous part of this little building. Okay, yeah, I need an extended platform there to reach alongside the boat. And then this one over here. Let's use this shape. And then maybe a couple that are just decorative. No, I don't like that. But in general, I think that looks like an appropriate amount of dockification. Now I need something similar over here, but maybe... It's a cool way to get stairs. If you could sink it back into... Oh. I mean, I could make this like a big deal staircase. That's kind of cutesy. I mean, it's maybe not the vibe that I've captured elsewhere, but... Or I could run up to the face and then put something else right there. let's go with that. And then this one can be broken, I guess. So, okay, these are cool. Oh, you can just do the stairs. Okay, that seems obvious in retrospect. That I maybe should have checked for that first. So, can I make these easily broken somehow? Okay, not a huge amount of building piece selection. That's probably for the best. If we had every single individual component, people would be obsessed. So we can do something like that. And then I want to show this as like non-functional, like it's boarded up somehow. I can do fish kite? Yo, what? Okay, wait a minute. Sick. Okay, that's cool. It's really subtle until you're zoomed in, but cool idea, whoever realized that you could do that. Okay. Back on topic. Gotta make this stuff bigger. Ooh. So I wonder how, like if you wanted to get really granular in here with like building the ships to be more detailed and stuff, I guess you could. Do I want to be that guy? Maybe just the front ones. Although actually that's a larger boat than most of the ones I placed, so gotta respect that. This is just a little flag sticking out the side. Okay. Hit some of that. Various bell pulls. Okay. So no boarded up blockade there. Just looking for which building maybe has like just boards down the side. You know, this is maybe not an elegant solution, but you know, I don't know if that conveys what I was going for, so I'm gonna delete it, but it did look interesting. And I could just do, ooh, weird. Gotta do some of this, and some of this, and then man, you can get really particular with individual little bushes and shrubs. This is like a officially government building of some sort. Oh, you know, I bet this is a pretty simple, effective way to just build like a kind of hallway there, you know, like just a chunk extending out the side of the building. And then we do giant hut. Giant hut is real and should scare you. And then something on the top here. Fancy fountain. Yeah, okay. There's something happening here. This is a pretty powerful and fun set of tools for building. One tower behind everything. Now, most of the buildings that make up this city they could all be saunas. So I can do a lot like this. I'm just gonna kind of run with an idea and then make it work. That seems like a fun way to build. Restriction breeds creativity, right? So if I restrict myself to having to work within my strange little variation there is gonna bother me. Okay, and then to transition this little area here, I'm going to use a plateau. And then on this back side, I'll cover that up. Maybe? Guess I should. Okay, cool. So I can probably just fill in a bunch of this. And I'm intentionally only using the one shape. It's called style. That's actually kind of neat. I might try and replace it so they line up exactly, but or at least more exactly. Okay, and now that, you know, kind of forms a closed path with the mountain there. Do I want to do some walling off of the magma? I mean, surely for their real estate value, if nothing else, we should consider walling the magma. Okay, walls still behave weird. That kind of tracks. I mean, walls are weird. Now, what about the front face of these? Well, what if I told you market? One full-size market and small market. And then the guild hall does look like trade is occurring. I think it does a very good job of that. So we'll place a few of these in there. Then maybe one right there. Now, where's my circus? Just create like a circus entrance here and a little one over here. And then small fountain in the square and create some depth. Just break up these facades a little bit with differently shaped structures as much as possible. Just so it's not as clear that we've been copy-pasting. I'm just gonna place a second one here just to smooth that out a little bit. Okay, so see, it's looking a little less uniform. We're slowly creating some character around here. And let's try and get one more roof at least. And then big fish kite. Actually, that's a small fish kite. This is the big fish kite. From the smaller of the two. That feels fine though. This is cool. I'm glad that I could do this. Yeah, I guess I need to think about where's the cinematic shot of the city. I guess it's here. So let's style things so they look nice from this direction. Okay. A little bit more work here in the little market area. One aviary tower. Don't want it to clip through other stuff, but maybe I could do a couple. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. And then so I can just place trees. This little orange tree. Nope, can't go that close to the edge. It's my one rule. Creating a little orchard. Maybe I do... I don't know if... That tree might be too big. I can do ones that are a little larger, though. You know, I don't know that I love that, but let me maybe do some more decor near it and see if that improves my evaluation. That feels too restrictive, or else I would place it for sure. That's kind of neat, though. Yeah, why not? Okay. Just create a little bit of plausibility here. I'm aware there's another little short staircase, but I already had this one, and it'll do the job fine. And yeah. Okay, still looking for just like a fence, essentially. Well, I do want some of these for sure. So let's add some shade there, and then some awnings. And some small awnings. You know, I can see why people enjoy this. I think I'm ultimately still going to be more of a high score content guy, but this is really cool. And it is calming. It's nice to be able to just create my vision. Yeah, those details brought a lot of life to this space. Okay, and still, you know what, let's just use these. Oh, I think there might be like a planter. Well, I could just use this. Okay, what if I just did some of this? I'm intentionally floating these off the front of the building for aesthetic reasons. Yeah, it's something. Okay. So again, this is my angle. Gonna include a little more of the fish. I know everyone's first thought is gonna be submerge the fish, but it is cool, dang it. Okay, little more justification there. What are some building types that I might want to use that I haven't? Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. I need to figure out how to put something in the center right there. So maybe I should focus on that first. What about... Seems like a really specific kind of building. I guess I'll place one there. Something about water? I don't know what that one's doing. Few sunken in sand pits. I mean, I know I'm kind of just using these buildings how you might use them in the actual high score play, but I think they are already styled to resemble what I'm using them for here. Maybe? No, I don't like that. I like leaving the columns as natural, except for these entrances on the front face. Which again means I need to figure out what I'm putting there. I can't tell if that's actually floating. I think it is. And those boxes are too big. Let me undo that, shrink the boxes. Okay. Lots of crates. That's how you can tell it's a working fishery and shipping place and everything. It's all the crates. And now I'm actually thinking, how can I create sturdy looking platform to hang those fish nets from? Fish nets. You know what I mean. Okay. Maybe we do like that. And then like this. I mean, that does seem readable. It seems clear what I'm trying to communicate here. And yeah, over here they got the fish. They have caught tons of fish. Okay, so this is like the little fishing shipping section. Then this is the market infrastructure. And then over here, there's a little bit of spiritualism, a little bit of grandeur with these towers, the outlaying, industry here, little lonely hermitage hut. Yeah. I feel good about this. Now, obviously, I could just sort of keep going and detailing stuff forever, but I think this has shown some of what's possible in the sandbox mode. Fundamentally, I'm still a high score player. That's still going to be my main draw. But this is a fun mode and also a fun way to express yourself creatively. If you have some things that you'd like to create, or maybe it'd be fun to like build a city for a Dungeons & Dragons setting, or prototype out a visual for something else. I guess let's had maybe a little hint that something greater is going on with these towers. I need to figure out something to put in there, and then I'm going to end the video. But first I need to figure that out. And I wonder, I'm trying to think of how I can make it not resemble a building that everyone is used to. You know, because I don't want them to look at it and just see, oh, that's a hut you've clipped into the wall. You know, I want it to look unique. But that's kind of a challenge given my building constraints. Okay. I wonder if I can make it just the orb of the monument. I mean, it is weird. Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, I was envisioning it initially as an entrance of some sort, but maybe it's weirder if it's just these revolving, strange orbs. Speaking of, you can do weirdness like this. I wonder if people are going to make, like, sci-fi city and, you know, stranger options like that. Options weirder than I'm even considering. These are almost like too distinctive for me to use anywhere. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm done. I think this is my city, and let's photo mode it a little bit. And camera orbit. All right. Well, this has been Connor with some Islanders New Shores Sandbox mode, exploring this mode that I previously have zero experience working with. I never did Sandbox in the initial game. So it's fun looking at some of the possibilities here, the storytelling that you can create, the different ways that intersecting the buildings with each other or with the ground can create new appearances for them, so they maybe don't look as much like you're used to seeing their high score version looking. Some of my favorite parts of this, I love the underwater fish. I know it's gimmicky, but I also do enjoy how this large kind of open air fish market here doesn't strongly resemble normal buildings from the game, so hopefully it reads as new content, like it doesn't just look like a bunch of the buildings crammed together, which it secretly is. Over here we have the orange orchard, and then some story about these three towers having some magical connection to the past. Haven't exactly developed that, but... And of course, the loneliest sailor living out here by themselves. So this has been Islanders New Shore Sandbox Mode. This has been Connor. Hope you enjoyed. I'm typically more of a high score player, so if you want to see some high score tips, go ahead and check out my channel. Additionally, if you're interested in discussing Islanders New Shores, either the creative mode or the high score, with other like-minded individuals, the best place to do that is the CoatSync Discord. That's where we're trying to gather people. So I'll put an invite link in the YouTube description, and feel free to just click on that, join up, and let's get to chatting. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.